Academy, gets that established. The new Jedi Order starts. You know, there's still the remnant of the Empire that's happening, and then
which he starts it on. Planet with the pyramids, right?
It's Yavin.
Yeah.
Yavin. And so, you know, that all that gets in motion and everything. They have kids. He gets married to Mara Jade. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But I believe it's one of the Solo kids. I can't remember his actual Anakin Solo, maybe.
Yeah.
He turns into Darth Caedus.
Yeah,
He's the new Sith Lord, pretty much. That happens during this whole expanded universe.
Yeah, and that's who a lot of people was rumored when they cast. I forgot what his name is, but the guy that they cast for the villain, they thought he was going to be him.
Right.
That's what a lot of people said.
So, but that would support your thing of that. You know, maybe that is what they're still going with is him, and
kind of wandered off, and he's had to like kind of do the shit himself, and then eventually maybe we get like that awakening of the old. Basically master, whoever the fuck it would be, but he's basically, this is kind of him starting out like, I gotta like get my shit together, I'm gonna start like trying to take it down, but I don't have the resources. I've kind of found some kind of like crystal system that kind of works. Just for
I never
signal and it can bust.
I never got into
the junkyard.
I never got into the expanded universe. I wish I knew more about it. I mean, I guess if they're gonna toss it out,
well, if you watch Clone Wars, that's
part of it.
Yeah,
There's a lot of that shit.
But then, like the part,
it's not a lot. It's not like obviously.
It's not like not after episode 6. Though.
See, that's the biggest thing. It's in that mid section of the expanded universe. And then obviously you don't get like the kids shit and all that stuff because that still hasn't happened.
I mean, I heard even before months ago, before they even really started showing any kind of news about it too much, that they. I mean, there were going to be their kids in it, you know. They were going to have their kids. They were going to have Luke and Han's kids, all them. You know, they're going to be in it. This first movie, episode 7, is supposed to focus more on Leia, Luke, and Han, less than their, you know, not their kids as much.
Yeah.
It's going to set it up for them, and then the next 2 are going to be more about their kids.
Yeah. Now,
so a lot of people think that one of those first earlier shots in it, if you've seen it, one of those first earlier shots, you see the girl on that big wonky speeder bike, basically, and on the side of her bike, there is it looks like we talked about, like the staff type lightsaber. It looks like a staff with a lightsaber, like almost like fucking electric tape to the end of it. Not even like she's using it for combat, but it's like she's living on Tatooine and she's using it for a tool just to kind of like cut shit up. Like basically she's just using it as a saw almost. Yeah. She doesn't really know how to use it or exactly how important it is or what it is. Yeah. But it looks like it literally looks like there's a staff with a lightsaber taped on the end of it. Or like fashioned to the end of it on the side.
I did not even notice.
If you look at that shot, like a lot of people have said that, like, what the fuck is on the side of that? Because it doesn't just look like this. When it does that wide shot, the side of that bike is just like that kind of weird burnt orange color. But then on the side, you see like either what looks like guns, which that wouldn't really make sense for the way that vehicle is designed. But it looks like she's taped like some like tools, and that looks like one of them. That's what it looks like. And a lot of people have been speculating if that's what it is. And this is like her when they think that's Han's daughter, but like she doesn't know what the fuck that is. Really. She might have like found it on Tatooine and she's using it in that manner.
Which
I don't think that would make sense.
Because they're family
they would
friends.
know. Yeah, they would know. And then also, why would she be rummaging for bullshit on Tatooine if they should be wealthy and beyond that shit, right?
Well, that's the question, man. Well, that's the thing. We don't know really any of that.
Unless that's kind of like part of the story. I want to
say that, like, these things are going to happen, but everything that I say, that's the old expanded universe. I don't know what they're doing now.
I feel like they're still.
I think they're going to stick with it. Yeah, but they're not going to one-to-one it.
Right? Yeah. No.
The reason that I know that for sure, not for sure, but that first rumor that got real big was how it starts out is just, you know, they always have space, a ship, going to a planet.
Yeah.
That's how it always starts.
Right.
They're going to basically do, again, rumor, that you're going to see a hand floating through space with, like, a lightsaber. Like Luke's hand from episode 5, you know, Darth Vader cuts it off, whatever.
Right, yeah.
But,
it's just out there.
And the whole thing is, people are saying that, you know, the rumor is that Luke's just been missing for 30 years. Like, ever since episode 6 ended, he's just gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That'd be weird.
But that would be. Fuck.
like, how can you do that? That's not what happens.
Man, that would be insane.
What about the poor Ewoks, man?
That's awesome.
No one cares about them. I think everyone wants to let Endor burn.
Right, burn it. That should be the opening shot. That planet just blowing up. Everybody like, woo! First cheer.
This is already better than the prequels. Yes.
Right, the earliest cheer in movie history. First 5 minutes.
So I mean, there's that theory, which I hope to God isn't true, because people have linked it to in Rebels, the new.
I think we're on some serious speculation right now.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
It's scary close, because if let's put together all the speculation, like those pieces, and think about it like this. Let's say that is Darth Sidious in that last shot with that blade. Let's say let's say that
Darth
Luke,
Caedus.
Yeah, Darth Caedus. I'm sorry. God, fuck. I was like, that sounds familiar.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. God. Let's say that's him. Let's say that we're going off the whole Luke has been wandering around for 30 years theory. And let's go with the fact that was Han's daughter.
Right.
So that would be
Han and Leia's
her
daughter.
brother.
Well, that would.
Right?
Yeah, but I mean,
Let's say they're not like super wealthy like you would think, and she is just on Tatooine, and she's found this blade, and she just attached it.
That she's using
that would explain
start
that.
forest fires.
That would explain that. That would explain why fucking Caedus is doing.
She whittles wood with it, and then and then he's out there doing a thing.
Exactly, and then but that's still obviously you still have the Black Stormtrooper. Who the fuck he is, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell is Andy Serkis gonna play? Which my instant thought when I heard Andy Serkis was in the movie is he's gonna be Yoda. He'll do mocap for Yoda. Fuck it.
I mean, okay,
He plays small people normally in movies, monkeys and Smeagol. So why would he not be Yoda?
I mean, it just makes sense.
Or
thing somebody.
What was that thing that walked on his hands?
Huh?
What was that those aliens that walked on their hands? They walked on their hands, but their feet were like up
Saboba?
here. Yeah, maybe he's one of those, which would be fucking pointless.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Andy Serkis is gonna narrate the movie, and he's gonna be a random Saboba.
Yeah.
He's so stupid.
I mean, well, if to go back to, potentially
that whole
Han's daughter.
Oh god.
The thing with that is Han's daughter ends up being a Jedi Master.
Right.
With
Yeah.
the new Jedi Order. But if that doesn't happen, because that's who else is going to train anyone to be a Jedi is
that would
Luke.
destroy that whole thing.
Yeah, Luke created the new Jedi Order. He,
So I mean, that whole timeline.
That's why I can't put anything together.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way they want us to be. Maybe that's why they keep planting all that stuff and saying all that stuff is because if we say this, they're gonna be like, well, I can't put because normally like people like you, people like me who's trying to play catch up, would be able to see these images, think about the expanded universe, and kind of put the pieces together.
Right.
But if you tell us this thing, which completely derails that whole theory, then you're like, well, I don't know what the hell.
I can
just be the same shit.
Yeah.
And then they would just surprise us when they get us in there next year. They're like, oh, and we're like, oh, okay.
I can live with them not following that every way. Cool, but you just can't do this whole Luke's been missing.
No, I don't like that. Really.
That's the thing that I
I feel like
continue to worry about.
That's the easy way out. I feel like too.
Because I mean, what it is they're like Han's kids are supposed to find this hand and lightsaber and oh, what's this like?
Ew.
You just don't so there's just a lot of loose ends, and again that's just a rumor in general. I don't know that will even happen, but I mean people are saying that the Inquisitors that are in the new show
Oh yeah.
Well, now
they're
I
going
want
to
to
be
see
the main thing.
I need to know about
you
this expanded universe after episode
You have
6.
to
Start watching Rebels, and you got to read a lot. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of
spend all 4 of your high school years on wikis.
But that would be the thing that would suck is you invest all that time in studying the expanded universe and then it's completely abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the thing. I mean, it would be nice because obviously that's a big part of most of our lives. Star Wars is in some way, shape, or form. So knowing about it, obviously, just about knowing about history in general makes sense. It would just kind of, because that's really the big thing is everybody's getting geared up for we're going to be probably dealing with Star Wars another 10 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody wants to know as much about it if they don't already. That would suck if you get in there and it's like, oh, that shit's out the window. Like, god dang it.
Yeah.
Fuck, I know all this knowledge about a movie that technically is a totally different movie.
I got a stupid question.
Yeah, what's up?
Which I'm sure y'all know the answer.
Hold on, I was gonna say something.
Or at least he will.
Hold on, I was gonna say something else about something. What the fuck was it? God dang it. Go ahead.
Okay.
I can't think what it is.
So episode 4 through 6 that we watched, when we were younger, it was great, fantastic.
Right.
And then we went back and we did the 1, 2, 3. Quick question: I've never really known the answer to this, but did he write 4 through 6 first, or did he write it as 1 through 6?
If he did that would be no. I don't. There's no way.
Did he write 4 through 6, then go back and write 1 through 3?
Now
Or did he already have it written?
Technically, nobody would know that except for him. He could be like, I scratched that shit down, and then I write. But that would be genius. But at the same time, those last ones that we watched, the prequels, feel like they were wrote.
Yeah.
Like in like 99.
From what I remember, God, that's all I did back when I was little was watch all the documentaries and all that were on my DVDs for everything. So from what I remember, he pretty much, I'm not gonna say he just, back in the 70s or whenever, just wrote everything. But he pretty much did like what Tolkien did. He just wrote a world. He just sort of made a world and made some basic kind of things. He pretty much had it all, figured out for the most part. But it was still over the course of 4, 5, and 6. He was kind of developing.
He was developing a backstory so that he could go back and fill it in later.
That's why in episode 4, you already hear Obi-Wan right out of the bat talk about the Clone Wars and about how his, father was killed by, whoever, in reference to Darth Vader killing Anakin.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So he already had this stuff.
He knew what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
So
it's still genius.
Yeah.
But I don't think he literally was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do you see any discrepancies from 4 through 6 and 1 and 3?
I think that was what he tried to fix with those corrections, which didn't need it. So that shows there weren't really. He pretty much nailed it the first time with the prequels. Besides obviously some quality things just from general judgment, but as far as the actual timing, timeline, and everything, I think he fucking.
The timeline seemed right.
Yeah, everything seemed right. There wasn't anything weird where it was wait a minute, how the fuck did that happen? Everything. You feel like he even himself after shooting them and releasing him, and God knows how many times he's seen it. I feel like before he literally sat down and wrote the prequels, I feel like he watched them all probably
I always had questions about the whole Luke and Leia being born thing and how she said was it her that said my mother died when I was really young, and then he said he didn't remember his mother.
Right.
But yet she died in childbirth. That always kind of threw me off right there. That was the one thing, and now it's out there.
Right, yeah, and it's kind of
I've wanted to ask that. I wanted to say it forever. And I've never gotten that part.
I feel like he initially, when he wrote that, the way they said it, kind of left it open to either make her die at childbirth, or have her die,
a little
from
bit
some
after.
other thing. He could have wrote something. He could have had it in the back. It was maybe I should have her get killed by something when they were young, and we'll use that same person or the descendant of that person down the line, and then he's fuck it, we'll do.
Because she was all she was
still
very
that same wording
beautiful
works.
and stuff. Yeah.
Even if you say very young, that's still if they're an infant, they don't know until they.
I always
3.
thought that it might have been like the Force or something for her. You know what I mean? Or that maybe she remembered.
Was Force sensitive too.
Yeah, maybe she remembered even just when she was in the womb. Maybe she remembered her mother, in her in her mind.
Another thing that I see a lot of people say as well is that she could just be thinking about her adopted mother.
Well, yeah, it's true.
And I thought that too.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, she did die not too long after.
Yeah.
He took her back to Alderaan and all that. That ended up.
Here was my thing that I wanted. It was funny because I almost wanted it immediately, and I know it ain't gonna happen.
This is some deep Star Wars talk right here.
I told you this is gonna be a Star Wars heavy
Get
episode.
into it.
But after as soon as I saw the guy from Attack the Block that he was cast, I was like, okay, awesome, black lead character. That's pretty cool. Fucking Star Wars movie. And obviously we've always had them, so it's nothing new. But
Thank goodness.
I wanted him to be just randomly. I was like, I want him to be Mace Windu's son. Like I just
Oh
want
man, I didn't
that
even
so
think about
bad.
that.
I want Mace Windu to have some lineage in this damn.
Did you just come up with
Star
that
Wars
on your
universe.
own? Did you come up with that?
I constantly came up. That was the first thing I saw. As soon as, every time I see black person, I want Mace Windu to have. Because he was.
Oh my God.
I don't think he was utilized enough.
No, he wasn't. And if you read any of his backstory, he did some shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing.
The same
in
with
the
Qui-Gon,
show,
though.
you get to see his shit a little bit more.
It brings me to
Now,
another
at the
question.
same time, even in the show, I still don't think that character's utilized enough. He's very like overseeing, like
he
telling
oversees
people
some
shit
shit.
happens because they're always like, even like Anakin and what's the name, both. They always that's who they go to. Like basically, Mace Windu and Yoda are like the two people.
Oh,
Everybody goes
they
to.
were like the leaders of.
Yeah.
the
So
Exactly,
so speaking of Mace Windu,
So I'm like, why the fuck doesn't he have? There's got to be somebody. Somebody. There has to be some kind of kid. Somebody. Fucking kid. I don't care.
can you tell me about the purple lightsaber?
That
I
was
can
the
tell
funny
you
thing,
about
yeah.
that.
Because
He
I've
knows that whole
heard.
thing. There's some pretty.
I think
I've
I told
heard-
you about that
Didn't we
before. I
talk
feel
about
like.
I don't know. No.
It's a cool. No, he
I'd
wasn't
heard
here.
it
Webb was here.
before, but we
I mean,
never.
like,
But
before at
nobody's
work,
ever
I thought.
confirmed it.
Okay.
A friend of mine,
Oh yeah.
Cool story.
Bobby Schuster. Shout out to Bobby Schuster.
My
He
bad.
told me.
It's a cool story.
He told me about the fact that the reason that it was that way is because he uses the dark side of the Force or something like that.
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah, there's.
That's what he
I
told
was.
me.
I like
I
that
thought.
theory.
Okay, the
So,
like
like, it's
character,
basically like a
the
color
character
blend?
theory.
That because
Between, like,
because
blue and red?
he's a what do you call it?
That's
Gray Jedi.
A dark Jedi,
A dark. Well,
or I guess Gray Jedi would.
the
would
Gray
work.
Jedi would be more like what Qui-Gon was. They don't really follow the rules too much. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, Qui-Gon was sort of.
Yeah, he was kind of
his
against
own
the grain.
thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of how Mace is.
Okay.
But Mace was a little like Qui-Gon, and one story got pushed really close to the dark side,
Yeah, yeah.
almost tipped to it. Mace had the same kind of thing happen to him.
Okay.
He was really close, and
Yeah.
then. But character-wise, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. I know
And he's the most
actor-wise,
powerful.
that was a little different story. Actor-wise,
Yeah,
he just
actor-wise,
wanted
yeah.
it because he thought it was purple was pimpin'.
And that's
So,
Yeah, that was literally his words.
yeah.
yeah. I heard.
But
I
like,
heard
yeah,
about that.
yeah,
But I
that-
mean, I think it would make it be really cool. I think the way that the way I just said it kind of
Yeah.
cool. I always thought that was intriguing.
Yeah. It was.
'Cause, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
that's more like what Darth Caedus is supposed to be, is more or less like a dark Jedi, like
Yeah,
a failed Jedi.
Right.
Which the difference between a Sith and a dark Jedi is a Sith, they want total domination, everything. They want
Yeah.
control. They want to rule everything.
Right.
A dark Jedi is just really just in it for themselves.
Yeah.
Right. It's
So-
funny because like when looking back on it, like the more we talk about, like I can like meticulously like look at individual pieces of like the
Yeah.
movies and like that, especially that trailer, and like there's little stuff about it like that there's so much stuff about it that like you can tell they did from a director standpoint, and just to make it like this is something like that constant theme I feel like of the movie is gonna be like this is something different, but it's something you know and love. Like I feel like that could be just like subliminally repeated in the background of the movie, and everybody's like like hypnotized by it. But I feel like that's the theme of like the reason why it's done. Like, and here's the one thing I just thought about, like when you were trying to talk about that Dark Jedi thing, and like thinking about like where I just was in the show, where they talk about like the force of the wielder of the lightsaber is directly connected to the lightsaber itself, which I never kind of like made that connection before. I always just was like, it's just a tool. That might be, I don't know what the fuck it is, whatever that shit is. That energy is weird.
I mean, there's like a whole.
But
They
Like,
talk about
the
that though,
way,
don't they?
yeah, they talk about it heavily. But like the thing that I like that he did, and I think that helped, and that might have just been a director standpoint or from the actor's mental choices. Most of the time, when you see a lightsaber come up, even on the show, it's either down to the side or up like this. They hit the switch, it extends. When he jumps down, he like does his arm kind of like that, and like it's almost like he has to push the plasma out of the beam to like he's like, fuck, this thing don't work. Like
I just
that's
thought
kinda
that
like,
it was a little overdramatic. I'm
I
like,
think it was.
all right,
I think it was too.
come
I
on.
don't think there was. I don't want to read into it because I like doing that because
Yeah.
that's awesome. Like if he did it the first time and was like, and he just like walked in the frame and just did it, and Abrams was like,
God, that's sexy. Yeah.
It looked cool,
actually,
man.
Let's do this. Like,
Really pull it out,
He
man.
was probably like actually like kind of like snap it, like you're kind of like whipping it out, and then like jump in the frame a little bit, and like if he did that, Abrams, you're fucking genius, because that made it that much more like, oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because like he kind of like, and then that
plus the sound and the way it looked was like the perfect like grr, like it's like.
Now I want to
angry
watch the
moment.
trailer right now,
Yeah.
over and over
I'm gonna
again,
put it
in
the
surround sound. I need to get into it
'Cause
again.
It sounds different. It looks different.
I
And the
thought
way he
15
forces
times
it
was
out-
enough. But
I
it's
mean,
not.
here-
You know, it's 20, 25.
Still, the big thing that I have a potential worry about with that is that we're all completely wrong. It's not some ancient lightsaber. It's not some put together one. It's just
It's just a
JJ
damn
and Disney
lightsaber.
wanting to give lightsabers a new edgy look, which bothers the hell out of
Yeah, I
me
don't
if
want
they
that.
do that.
They need to explain it. Like, it needs to be a reason.
I want that one to be different because of
Yeah.
a reason.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want the rest of them to still be like a good old lightsaber, normal.
I like the built thing.
But like, I just really have
'Cause I
this
can see that
worry.
shot.
Yeah,
I
because I
can
mean, you
see-
know
I can see that shot of him like
that
angrily.
was.
Very. This is a weird. This is not a verb, but very Sithly making that lightsaber. I can see him like.
Well, the thing is, you know, that was well, at least during, you know, the Jedi Order times and everything, and even with Luke, you know, that was a journey. That was like a whole
Yeah, it was a big thing.
not religious practice kind of thing. I can't think of the word
Constructing your
for
own
it.
saber,
was
right?
huge.
That
show, though.
was
Yeah, it
When
was
those
big.
kids went
Yeah,
and did it.
it's big.
When those Padawans went and did it, that was a good.
that's, you know, a big like rite
part. And see, I didn't
passage
even
kind
know
of
that
thing.
whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
got that from that.
yeah, that could
Yeah.
make sense that they want to do this with some like, you know, fallen Jedi that's just like begrudgingly trying to do this. Like
Yeah.
it's its own fucked up way of the same kind of thing
Yeah.
that a Jedi would experience, which is a real big deal. And he's just sort of, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Because they had to go to that certain place to get the crystal,
Mm-hmm.
like all that shit.
Yeah.
So like it could be like to that point where like he has no idea where to get the crystal from.
Mm-hmm.
He either just stumbles upon it or he finds a broken lightsaber and then tries to build his own. Like that kind of shit. That's what I see. Like it doesn't even have to be portrayed in the movie, but I could see that being explained. Like I've been on my own, fuck you. Like him kind of like having this speech with somebody at some point, like whether he gets captured or something, where he's like, "Look, I've been on my own. I haven't been. That's why I went to the dark side, is because I haven't had anybody. I haven't built this own fucking thing." And like he breaks it. That'd be awesome. Like if he breaks it and then he gets another one eventually, like in the movie, like some shit like that. I could see generally happening,
Emo
like
Sith.
in the script, like that happening.
Yeah.
Like, where he's like, I got fucking,
We
like,
don't need another emo Sith. We had enough
Nice.
Anakin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
God,
he was. He was pretty emo, dude.
He was like pop emo.
Just
though.
saying, he could have done a little bit better. Oh, my mom died. Get over it.
Shut up, kid. It was very sad. It's just like Patton Oswalt said.
You underestimate my power.
Get the fuck out of here. The Anakin in the cartoon is so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more like, I mean, how
That's
he's
what he
supposed to
should've
be.
been. Yeah, yeah. God, man. I really, honest to God, if anybody that's involved with that movie watches this for some reason, I don't know why, randomly stumbles upon it, for the love of God, if you're gonna create a new universe, give Mace Windu a goddamn kid, please. I just
how?
want him to continue.
That's going directly to you,
But
J.J.
he's a
Abrams.
Jedi, though.
He was pimping. He could have been humping random chicks. That might have been his dark side still coming out. He frequented the
I mean,
brothels.
that
like, that
is-
could be his whole thing.
You know, that's something
Like he
I do
wandered
have to
away.
bring up.
I hated when he
There-
died,
There are
man.
a lot of
That was the
It killed me.
bullshit,
It killed
man.
me when he died. To die like that,
that was like the last straw for Anakin.
dude. It was,
Like,
and he
I hate
and
you
but
now,
for
Anakin,
him
really.
to do
Yeah, it
that.
really was. Yeah, that was like, why would you?
And okay, well that's another thing, dude. Damn it. In that movie, when that happens, when
Yeah,
that
we're going
part,
nuts, man.
when that part happens, I don't know where we're at.
No,
time
we're good. We're like
but
an hour and 3 minutes in. I don't give a shit.
oh my god.
Wait,
Okay.
we got to worry about the camera though. I just thought about that.
Okay.
So, go
One-
ahead.
one-
Do
one
this.
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
When that happens, that whole turn that happens.
Yeah.
Did anybody else find that weird that it just happened that quick and that he was automatically on his knees like a punk?
Oh, you talking about the way- when Mace went down?
when it went down, yeah, he wasn't
Yeah,
like,
it was-
oh my god, what did I do? Holy shit, what are you doing? I'm locking you up. He just immediately was like, imp.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I was like, damn, like,
I kind of understood it, I guess, because I mean that's all he was. He just wanted to say Padme. That's all he wanted, and
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
he knew that by doing that to Mace, like there was no returning back.
There
at
was
that
no
point.
turning back.
He couldn't do anything else. He couldn't go back. He couldn't try to like make some bullshit up. You know,
no,
that was
he
it.
couldn't.
Yeah.
He really
That
couldn't.
was his only choice. So I mean, that's how I felt about it. That's why he did it so quick. You know, like. This
And I
is
feel
it.
that.
I've committed.
Yeah, it's like I'm already there, but I don't know. I guess sometimes
I wanted.
I thought he
I
would have
can
been a
see
little
what
bit
you
more
mean.
remorseful and been
Yeah.
like, what did I do? And I got to think about this. But he didn't. And I understand, love can make you do crazy things.
I want Mace Windu, baby.
I mean, that's what I was saying. There a lot of, even though it was against the Jedi Order, there were a lot of, even the council members who did have like some children on the side.
That would be perfect.
Well,
Just pop
I'm
them out.
excited.
Yeah.
Needless to say,
Or you
I'm
could
pumped up.
Like, here's the thing: you have Mace Windu got it on with a.
God, please give this man
What
Mace
is it?
Windu child.
What is
Yeah,
it?
man.
What is it?
Jesus.
What's the race? God dang it.
We want Mace baby.
Mandalorian chick, but one of the
One with
Mandalorian
one of
chicks
the-
from the Death Watch.
Oh.
Yeah. Mace Windu messed around with a Death Watch chick, so it's like a Boba Fett Jedi.
Just
A black Boba Fett Jedi. Get the fuck out of here. That's awesome.
Gary,
Boba Fett Jedi.
you're as bad as Disney now.
Oh, come on, that's good. Disney would never do a black
He's
Boba Fett
spawning
Jedi.
all kinds of new characters. And
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. You're just like, let's take this and this. Like that's what Disney and JJ is trying to do, which I don't like.
Let's mix it up.
I don't like that they're trying to change things, and now
okay.
you're like, "Ugh."
From that realm of purity, I don't like it, but at the same time,
That's
that
like-
would be awesome.
That's
You
like
can't lie, that would be
that's
awesome.
like in the
Homegirl's
Hobbit.
name with the two sabers, with the red sabers.
Oh,
What's her name again?
oh God, she's one of my
Asajj
favorite
Ventress.
characters.
Ventress. Yeah,
Ventress, yeah.
Asajj Ventress.
By the way, that's one of
Does
my
anybody
favorite,
else
that's one
find
of
her
my favorite-
attractive, or is that just me? I don't know.
She's kind of hot. That's one of my favorite blade types, by the way.
Dude, I love
Blade-
that.
the
Yeah.
blade- yeah, I love that shit. Because you can like, it's like you can pop them.
Yeah,
It's like a
And then
duelist
she'll be- and she'll
lightsaber,
be-
you know, like a
two of them
fencer.
Oh, okay.
kind of thing.
Hold on, I don't know.
And the fight
We
between her
might
and
have like
Anakin.
5
Ooh.
minutes, so I want to before we go.
Alright.
Last question, seriously. Somebody tell me this because I think I watch Clone Wars and then I fall asleep sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And when I'm laying in the bed, I fall asleep. When the hell did Ahsoka get 2 blades? Because I swear to God, she had one.
She
for
did.
4 seasons,
Yeah.
and then one time
She did have one,
like,
and then
time
she
got in
got-
a fight, and she was just like, "Fuck you." And I
That's
was
so
like,
fucked up because I think I fell asleep on that.
Dude, does anybody? Do you
Because
know?
I woke up and she had 2.
I gotta
it's
look
been
it
a
up.
while
If
since I
anybody
saw it,
knows,
but yeah.
post in the comments. When the hell did Ahsoka get those 2 blades? Because she just
Yeah.
seriously one battle, she just goes. I was like,
And I want to think that it's somebody that died. Is the way that I felt that somebody died.
see, there's been a few
Off
that
the
died.
top of my head,
I'm pretty sure it's yellow too.
Like one,
So
yeah,
it might
one of
have been
those, one of those other. Remember, she was
frog-looking dude.
Yeah,
Remember?
but she was working with that other girl Jedi for a while. Remember, they went on a mission.
Oh, yeah.
With that other girl Jedi, and then she was gone, and
that
she had
her?
2 sabers. So I thought that
It might
she
have
might
been
have
hers.
died.
they were the same
was
race,
yellow.
weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
It was yellow.
I know who you're talking. I can't
Oh,
remember the
yeah,
Jedi
remember?
Master's
The Master,
name.
Jedi Master. Yeah, it might have been her.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, if she was a master,
Maybe
and she was
that was
under
her.
her, and they went off and they did their
Yeah.
thing,
Maybe that was
and then
her.
she was
No, it
gone,
was.
and then boom, she
was
had
that
a
I
her?
remember what you're talking about
It
now.
was a yellow blade too, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what she used.
That was
So
hers.
then, there was, okay, we answered it.
That's what the.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
dang it.
Progress.
Yay! All right, guys.
We'll talk about music some other time.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna start doing the show structurally. I'm gonna start doing smaller, shorter episodes broken up by topics, just so you guys know, because everybody's been asking for it. But I know I'm rushing the outro. But guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for giving us all the comments and feedback. We greatly appreciate it. We're probably gonna do like once every 2 weeks now, and then just like do that because I kind of want to do once every 2 weeks. I feel like we missed too much with 3 weeks.
Okay.
But once every 2 weeks, and then we'll basically like release the episodes, like broken up pieces of episodes throughout the week. That way, you guys are constantly getting something. But yeah, guys, thank you as always. It's youtube.com/O.A.F discussions. Subscribe, post in the comments, email us oafdiscussions@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Send us topics. Facebook, hit us up. Twitter, I'm Kid Swift. I'm KN Kid Swift on Twitter. Che Hey Kid, of course. Gwendard, you got a Twitter yet?
Never gonna happen.
Check out
We're
Good
gonna
Boy,
make it one.
G Dragon
Said that
Taeyang,
last
Good
time,
Boy.
That hasn't happened.
It's still a fiction.
So
Like I said, Clay Friend Share on Facebook. You can
Yeah.
find me there. If
There you
not, Gwendar is what I am known on every
Yeah.
possible gaming thing ever.
So yeah, PlayStation, Adam, everything. Same for me, Kid Swift on Wii U, Smash Brothers, whatever. Yeah, go play Smash Brothers. Go play everything. Go play Far Cry. Go play Dragon Age. Thanks, guys. Go listen to G Dragon. That new track.
Good Boy, G
Yeah.
Dragon and Taeyang.
Yeah.
You will love it.
Yeah. So yeah, guys. Thank you as always. I'm Kid Swift.
It's the Che Hey Kid here.
Gwendar.
See you guys later. See you guys in 2 weeks. Peace.